Hey guys, so today we're going to make some dairy-free Marry Me chicken in the crock pot. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started with the recipe. So I'm going to start making a sauce for the Marry Me chicken. So I have 1 stick of plant butter or any dairy-free butter that you choose. And then I'm going to add in some flour. I'll be sure to put the recipe in the description box below. But this is going to be a dairy-free recipe. So I need to make some type of sauce to go in the crock pot with it. And so I am making, it's supposed to be kind of like a homemade cream of chicken type of situation, so it is going to be on the thicker side. And so I'm just using some all-purpose flour. I added in some dairy-free milk, and then I added in some chicken broth. And so I'm just going to keep stirring this until it gets nice and smooth and thick. And then I'm going to add some water as well. And you're going to need to season this thing, okay? Because it is dairy free, it's not going to be as rich as like using heavy cream or anything like that. So I'm going to add in some celery salt, and this seems to really add in that kind of cream of chicken flavor. I got this recipe from online, so I will be sure to link that down below. But I'm just going to add the celery salt, some garlic powder, some onion powder. Um, and I'm going to add in some chicken bouillon powder as well, just for some additional flavor. But you really, really, really need to season this, okay? I don't care what seasonings you use. Just make sure your food is not bland, because we don't want no bland food, y'all, okay? Even if it is dairy free. But I wanted to make this in the crock pot, but also dairy free, so that my daughter could have it because she does have a dairy allergy. Um, but I am just adding 3 chicken breasts to my crock pot, and then I'm going to season it with some all-purpose seasoning, some onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, whatever seasonings you got. You just want this to taste good. And I've said this time and time again, when you make these type of dairy-free recipes and things like that, no shade, but it needs additional flavor. Because if you use like oat milk and almond milk and all that stuff, sometimes it's on the sweeter side, and you're not going to get the same flavor a lot of times. So you really need to be generous with your seasoning. um and so I'm just seasoning up my chicken breast, and then I'm gonna add in some Italian seasoning. Whatever seasonings you would use for Marry Me chicken, you would add here. And I'm also going to add in some sun-dried tomatoes. Don't forget your Old Bay seasoning. Again, you want this to be really flavorful. But this doesn't, you don't have to make it dairy free if you don't want to. So I am going to add in this whole jar of sun-dried tomatoes with the Italian herbs. And I like tomatoes, so if you don't like tomatoes, you don't have to add the whole jar, but I'm adding the whole jar. And then after I do that, I am going to add in my dairy-free cream of chicken. Or if you want to make just like a gravy, you could do that. Or cream of chicken soup, like the Campbell's cream of chicken soup, you can add that here as well. And so I'm just going to stir all this together. And then I am going to cook this on high for about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. And then it should look something like this, nice and bubbly. And you can serve this with your favorite pasta. And so I'm just going to take the chicken breast out of here and shred it up. You can dice it if you want. If you have fresh basil, I do suggest using fresh basil. But this is all they had at the store, so I'm using this basil paste. And then I'm also going to add in some fresh spinach. You can use kale instead of spinach, but spinach seemed easier in this moment, so I am using this whole bag of spinach. And then I'm just going to let it cook an additional like 30 minutes or so, or just until the spinach wilts down and everything kind of combines. So now I'm just adding in my shredded chicken. You don't have to use chicken, you can use fish and probably just cook that on the side. Or if you wanted to do chicken and shrimp or fish, you would just use like do the seafood on the side. But I'm just doing chicken today. And again, you can use whatever pasta you want: fettuccine, spaghetti, noodles, rotini. I am going to use some I think I use cavatappi. I think that's what it's called. But you also want to make sure that you taste your food for seasoning. So I'm just adding in some more of that all-purpose seasoning as well as some Italian seasoning, because we want our food to taste good to us, okay? And that's pretty much it. If you don't want to use pasta, you can serve this over rice or mashed potatoes. But I'm going to add in my cooked pasta. And so this is probably about half a pound of pasta that I added to my crock pot. And if you have Parmesan cheese, be sure to add Parmesan cheese or whatever cheeses you want. I didn't add cheese because this is a dairy-free recipe and I don't like dairy-free cheese, but you can use cheese if you want. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.